actually at all of Ward 8 and all of Ward 7 too. So what is important to me is that we pull together an agenda that's feasible and funded. And that it includes input from stakeholders, people who live here, and people who want to do business here. So part of our discussion in the transition committee, we will have a committee, and next week we will announce the 8 committees that will make up the full transition team. But I'll tell you, one of those committees is economic development and jobs. So that's what we will task that committee with, making some of the first recommendations for budget and initiatives in the first 100 days of a Bowser administration. Now, we won't wait, of course, until January 2nd, and certainly Mayor Barry hasn't waited to make sure he's let me know what his priorities are, including how we deal with some of the low-hanging fruit, frankly. Looking at our corridors, making sure they're clean and safe, and making sure the development projects that are already in the pipeline have a pathway forward. Yes.
If I could get you to clarify for us, Mayor, that what would each of the 5 people you just identified be doing? They would be overseeing a particular content policy area. What would that be?
Well, they are members of all of the policy committees, and they also have the responsibility for one of the second policy areas, which is open and good government and full democracy. So that's one of the committees. And I anticipate that they will have, and they will discuss this as they move forward, some other responsibilities. For example, I know that I'm gonna ask Dr. Rivlin to make sure that she's working with our current budget director and the OCFO to make sure that the transition is fully informed on the budget pressures coming our way. But each of them will participate as members of all of the committees.
Members of all of them?
Yes, they can be.
And if I could just follow up, are you anticipating, is there some kind of marching orders that you have given them, sort of a list of instructions, I want you to do this, I want to do, what were some of the things that you're expecting them to actually do?
Well, I expect them to set the standard for how our transition in our government would operate, an open, fair process. That's their first responsibility. Also, I've tasked them with making sure that we have a smooth transition, and so working with the Gray administration as we transition is important, but also attracting and retaining the most talented and energetic staff is really the responsibility of our transition. And that includes reaching out to our current staff and making sure that they have a way. Our transition will only accept resumes by way of our website at www.wearewashingtondc.org. And there's already been considerable interest in the website. I think as of last night, we had over 400 resumes submitted. Yes, Ms. Brazil.
Could you give me some details